Delilah Montoya's large-scale documentary photographs are set in the Arizona Sonora Desert at activist-made water stations, campsites for immigrants, and powerline trails.
Thinking of myself as a Chicana artist, an artist that is looking at world from another perspective.
Her landscape imagery serves as a stark reminder of the life-or-death consequences involved in trekking across the rugged terrain of the U.S.-Mexico border.
When I started looking at the issue, I began to understand that it was very crucial, the testimonials and the speaking about that border crossing is crucial for a community to begin to explore and to begin to look at, because most of the time families don't want to talk about it. The relationship that I have with documentary photography is one of turning it upside down on its head and rethinking about it, or reapproaching it from ways that completely disrupt the laws of documentary photography. Now, for instance, the migrant campsite, there's a shadow that seems to just be floating nowhere. Well, a documentary photographer would never mess with an image like that, right? They would never put their subjective thoughts into an image, although they do. They just want to pretend like they're hidden. If you were to think of the traditional documentary image, right, that would be the capturing of one moment, one precise time, as though the person behind the camera is invisible, as though the camera has objectively taken the image. Each of these photographs are taken along a migrant trail that's in Arizona, and it's considered one of the deadliest migrant paths that there are.
De las palomas ahí, ¿cómo se llama? Yo sé que es Loma Blanca por Agua Prieta. Ahí pasamos, ahí nos quedamos un tiempo. Pasamos caminando.
It goes from Mexico into Arizona, but it crosses through the Tohono O'odham Reservation. One of the reasons why it's so difficult there is that the O'odham Nation, of course, is sovereign land, it's sovereign territory. So the Native American people have actually been split. The tribe was more or less on the border itself. And so half of the O'odham Nation is in U.S. territory, and the other half of the O'odham Nation is in Mexican territory. Mexico does not have a reservation system. The United States does have a reservation system. So it's kind of like, I almost think of it like a bit of a Rosetta Stone. And so what we wanted to do was follow that pathway to see what the trail looked like. And Orlando Lara and myself got a guide, actually Mario was his name. And so the spots that I'm photographing are spots that Mario took us to. One would be where you see a lot of four-wheelers going across. And like any good scout would know in our contemporary times, that if you see power lines, right? Power lines are a natural trail to any urban center. So under the power lines going through the O'odham Reservation and coming out of the O'odham Reservation, you'll see the four-wheel drive, ruts going right through. Along that trail, you also see tossed water bottles. You also see a stroller that had broken down. You find painkillers, right? It's just a whole kind of barrage of items that have been kind of tossed along that trail. The other site that Mario took us to was what would be considered a pickup spot or a campsite.
Y aquí nos iban a dejar a todos metidos, que supuestamente habían mirado una migración que venía, pero que no era.
You see backpacks, and you see jeans, and you see, once again, the water bottle seems to show up again, right? And also you see empty gas tanks, And one of the reasons why you're seeing this kind of like the scattering of clothing and such is because after the 3-day walk, the migrant doesn't want to be identified as taking that 3-day walk. So the clothes come off and new clothes that they were carrying in their backpacks come on. And so there's that moment of like, are they coming? Are they going to come get us?
Estamos espere y espere y espere y nada. Yo ya tenía hambre. Yo venía embarazada de mi bebé. Tenía 4 meses y tenía hambre. Y cuando estábamos acostados así le decía yo, mira, allá va un carro.
I feel like one can make statements because that's exactly what we're doing with this work. To be upfront, I'm making a statement. In Frida Kahlo's words, it is our monstrous reality.